What's up, it's Jim from Techno, and in this video I'll give you a no bullshit guide to make rumble kicks like this. I'll go Bob Ross style from zero to hero, mush a lot of together. I'll show you a lot of secret techniques that you really didn't see that much online yet. So after this video, you'll have a straightforward method to make nice rumble kicks. So the first thing you want to look for is a top kick like this. We have a free Hard Techno sample pack that you can download, and it literally has all these kind of kicks. For these kind of kicks, it's important that it really has this nice punch at the beginning. You really want that smash. Like that. Let's put this to 150 BPM because I really like to work in 150. First thing you have is this kick. Let's add this to the mixer and let's get rid of the pretty limiter on the master because we don't want to limit the kick. Second thing you do is route this channel into a new channel. So the kick goes into an empty channel where we add 100% reverb. So get Valhalla Room, take down the pre-delay, make it a little bit longer. Get a fruity limiter and automate the gain. So with the gain, you're going to automate the volume of the reverb. This is reverb volume. And because we have a 100% reverb channel, there's no dry signal. It's going to be just reverb with this automation clip. And now you have an option to make it like that or really fade it in. This kick channel goes into another one because we want the dry channel too. Now we already have, basics down. The second thing you want to do is get an EQ and just really get rid of these mids and highs. At the end of the kick, we'll come back and change all this stuff because it really changes once you have all the effects put on. Then you want to route this one into the main kick channel as well, which is this one. So on the final kick channel, you want to add another Pro Q, put this on side and make sure you have the sub mono. Otherwise the sub is going to fill the stereo image, which you really don't want to. If you don't have this, you can get different plugins. There's free alternatives out there. But if you have FL Studio, you can take Maximus, go to every band, click on compressor off, compressor off, compressor off, compressor off. And in the low band, you just want to have stereo separation to 100% merged because now it's sub mono only. And you can change the range right here. So the second thing you want to do is maybe crank open this reverb a little bit more. So let's get OTT in front of this filter, take down the depth and downward. And it just helps a little bit with getting more drive and power into this reverb tail. Then you want to add two things which are very important, and I've seen nobody do this before. So what you want to do is get an inflator and a soft clipper. Crank open the post gain. This is going to give you that really big, powerful kick and changes your waveform from a very weak rumble kick to a very powerful rumble kick where it fills up the whole spectrum. And it's important that if you don't have enough volume, you want to open up the soft clipper a little bit more. In that case, just get another post gain knob. As you can hear, if you do too much, it starts to clip and it really loses the character of a nice rumble kick. Find that sweet spot. If you don't have an inflator, I'll link the videos right here, but Frank Paul made a free patcher preset and basically he exposed, or whatever you want to call it, that it's literally a wave shaper on half sine mode like this. That's an inflator too. What you want to do now is get into the top kick and change the frequencies a little bit because this is directly routed to the reverb. What happens is that if you change the mids and the highs and whatever a little bit, it's going to affect the reverb as well. With rumble kicks, I really like to get rid of the highs a little bit. So this sounds a little bit cleaner and we'll get power back and high frequencies back by distortion and clipping in a later stage. But it all depends on your kick. You could go like this and it's fine. You could go like this and it's dope too. You could go like this. You have nice different kicks as well, but let's keep it easy. What I feel is lacking is high reverb. Let's add another reverb channel like this and we call this iReverb. Always stay and work organized. Add reverb again, 100% wet. Add a limiter again, automate the gain. And do the same thing as you did with the first reverb, like this. In this reverb channel, you want to add Pro Q, get rid of the bass and get rid of the highs. So right now we have two reverbs and this one. You want to merge these together in the final send like this. And now for the final high reverb, which is affecting the mid and the high frequencies, you want to use this knob here. And if you don't have it, click this. Now you can stereo separate it to make it 100% wide. Find a sweet spot, but just make this high reverb a little bit wider. Now, what I feel like is that the low reverb is a little bit too sub-abundant. So basically, you can explode the sub. Because we put this stuff here, a soft clipper and an inflator, it's making a ceiling at 0 dB. And anything that squashes against 0 dB is going to clip. So if I now boost the sub in the reverb tail, you can hear this really sucking reverb effect. I want to kind of squash against that range. I don't want to have that I don't want that. I just want it to be almost clipping. So for the high reverb, what I like to do is just add some OTT. Put that in front of the Pro Q, and let's take down the volume a bit. It's just to give a little bit more air to the whole kick. What's important now is that you duplicate this kick right here, and you're going to grab a kick like that and just get rid of the click like this and maybe like that. You just really want to make sure you don't have a clicky sound in the beginning. Now you're going to take this one and duplicate 4 times. So you can make triplet kicks as well. So this is the normal kick. Or you can do this, which you put it on third steps and you get... You can do all sorts of rhythms, and it really comes down to your creativity. Just have fun with it. Obviously, you can go like, you know... You can go with crazy things. Duplicated this one. You're going to add this next to the kick, and we call this kick roll, I guess. This goes into the final kick send as well. Before we start processing, add a fruity limiter to this kick roll and automate the gain so it does this thing. You can control the range and the motion of this thing, the flow, by just really going whatever you want with your feeling, right? Nice. That sounds really weird. What I mean is just have fun with it and just find a really, you know, a sweet spot. Something like that. Then you want to add reverb to this channel and make it 50% wet. We're not making an extra reverb channel. Now you want to automate the wet knob like this, because otherwise it's just a really dry kick roll. So that's better. What you now want to do is take a Pro Q, get rid of those highs, lids, and instead of using, you know, this type of shape and brick wall, you want to kind of use this very smoothened out version, because you don't want to 100% cut out the highs and so we now have some drive in the kick, which is great. So another trick that I want to show you, we just need a little bit more processing, but we're getting there. So if we go into our free Hard Techno sample pack with 650 files, please download it. It's literally free. We can go and take a drum loop. We're going to look for something like this, something with very snappy hi-hats and like make it short and make sure you get something like this. Make sure you don't have the top kick. Add this right here and call this hi-hats. We're going to add this to the final kick send. You want to prevent that it's a normal hi-hat loop. Otherwise, I would literally just add a hi-hat in my kick. I'm going to make this better. So first, get a gain automation and make it look like this. In this case, you do really want to get this thing into the kick and not just the finals. Otherwise, it's going to be a sweep. So get this part in here as well. Just an initial sidechain. Another trick you can do is go into the fruity limiter and enable the noise gate. If you don't have fruity limiter because you're working in Ableton, just get a noise gate, open up the threshold, take down the gain. Because now you can kind of control the tightness of this loop. You could do this as well if you just cut out all the parts in between, you know, like this. You can make it tighter as well this way, which is fine if you don't have a noise gate. But I like the noise gate because it just really speeds up the whole workflow. So this controls this and this belongs there. You can see me work organized, and you should do this as well. Don't work with 20,000 samples all placed between each other, right? So much better. So what you want to add now is EQ and get rid of the lows and just really get these mids. We're looking for dirt, and dirt is around the 200, 300 to like 5,000 range, I guess, 3,000. Like all this stuff, those are dirt ranges. That's what you can call them, you know. So get this in there. Just spice it up, that's it. Now you want to add something like distortion. So what I really like to add for this is Camel Crusher. It's free, I think. Camel Crusher, there you go. Now you want to get some reverb inside the main kick. So here's our final kick send. Just a recap. Main kick, low reverb, high reverb, kick roll, hi-hats. All this stuff, these 5 elements, are going to go into the final send right here. And then you want to add Valhalla room and just put this on like 30% or any reverb actually. Just make sure it's not 100% wet because we want the dry signal too. So 30%, automate the mix knob and just make it go open at the end. Something like this. Make sure to put this in front of the Pro Q where we did the bass cut, because we want to keep the sub mono and the reverb is going to make the sub a stereo again. So what I feel like is that the first reverb doesn't have too much power. That's because we have this automation clip that controls the reverb, as you can hear. Now you can start to control and change these waveforms, which really changes the kick. So get everything back into the channel so that you can hear it again. Nice. So what you can do now is spice up the kick, because we left out some power, and what really helps right now is a multiband compressor or an OTT over-the-top compressor. So take OTT or Serum Effects. I'm going to use Serum Effects for now. It's both from Serum, extra records, but this one has a multiband compressor and I feel like it's a little bit nicer than OTT. It's very similar though. So what you want to do, get Serum Effects, take down the highs and take down the mids. Get the threshold like that, and the ratio you can play around with it, the attack and release too. So if you want a very, you know, like sucked out kick, you can play around with the mix and it changes the phase of everything because you're blending dry and wet with each other, and the wet is a little bit different than dry. So you get phasing effects, and sometimes that leaves you with a nice, interesting kick. But in this case, I think this works. So I want to get back into the sub and make a little bit more wideness around the 100. That's too much, but this range could be wide. This sub loop is nice, but what we can do now is just go back and change those things. Here you have another top loop, and this is like the Bob Ross aspect of things, like you just mush stuff together and hope it works. That's what I'm doing right now. So let's make this a little bit tighter so that the noise gate works a little bit better, because noise gate responds to volume drops, you know, like threshold. So nice. Here's our final kick, and now you can start, because we have the Serum Effects in place, you can start to clip this one a little bit more, so add another inflator if you want, open up the effect. And for example, the hi-hats are nice, but I think they could be a little bit more, like, you know what I mean? They really can be a little bit more harsh. That's it. Let's put these on the background and just make it shorter. Like that. What you can do as well is get a bit crusher in here, because bit crushers really, you know, crush up the whole sound. That's the name, it's very obvious. Deep crusher. But make sure it goes in front of the EQ. And you can take down the mix if you want. This gets you a little bit more grit into the game, and you can really, you know, let's try this out on the kick as well. No, that doesn't work, but what this tells me is that we need a little bit more distortion in the kick. We need some grit. Just a little bit normal wave shaping. Let's get rid of all these reverb effects at the end of the kick. That's a pretty interesting kick. It's a little bit different from all the other tutorials, because now you can go back in every kick and every channel and start to change stuff. For example, if you want this low reverb, this one here, if you want that to be a little bit more distorted, that works, and you can do that. And the cool thing is, this here, inflator, soft flipper, inflator, that setup, add that to every kick you make, because it will make such a huge difference. It really changes the game, because if you now change anything in front of it, the whole kick changes. And that's because it clips together through this ceiling. And that's why you want to have this main kick, for example, and change some frequencies. Let's just say that this is our final kick, right? Let me render this kick, master channel. Flip, boom, bam, normalized. There you go. This is our final kick. It's not 100% there yet, but what you can do now is make sure that you remove the click at the end by declicking it like this. And now you can go back, add one more inflator. I'm mushing a lot of stuff together right now, but just, you know, rewatch tutorials if it's too much. But yeah, you can change the tone of your kick a little bit by, you know, as you can hear, now you really change your kick. And I think our main kick could be a little bit, you know, tighter on the high end. So like this. So let's render it one more time and see the difference. What it is, just really remove the highs a little bit. Yeah, boom, 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 normalize. Now we have two kicks, one with more highs and one with less highs. And let's add this to the same channel. So now we have two kicks like this. Our first one and then less. Let's just get rid of the click. So there you go. That was the tutorial. I really hope you liked it, enjoyed it. Once again, make sure to download this free Hard Techno sample pack right from our website. And you can get this kick template for free as well. So make sure to grab that on your way out. Anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you want more techno content. Peace out.